Unexpectedly for the majority, Arsenal is leading the Premier League. And not just leading, but also showing a brilliant level of football. What stands behind the success of Arteta's team and why the Gunners are favorites in the fight for the title, we will tell in this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet, and we are getting started. Arsenal's strong mid-season results are primarily due to the squad that Mikel Arteta assembled. Unlike previous seasons, the current list of players is ready to deliver on the highest level. It is also worth highlighting several points here. A large part of the players have finally matured to the level of fighting for the title. Here we mean footballers like Saka or Martinelli. Both wingers are now 21 years old, and in past seasons, they simply lacked the experience and consistency for such levels. I think me or any fullback who was very good defensively in my era would have struggled enormously against Saka and Martinelli. Gary Neville praised Arsenal's attacking wings after their victory over Manchester United. The same can be said in regards to Martin Odegaard, who has finally found consistency after failing at Real Madrid and a row of loan spells. Now the Norwegian has become Gunners' captain and an absolute leader on the football pitch. And of course, Arteta added two incredibly important players in the summer in Gabi Jesus and Alexander Zinchenko. In addition to becoming crucial team players, they also added a winning mentality, which Arsenal didn't have before. It's not surprising at all. Only a few players of last year's squad had trophy-winning experience. Whereas Zinchenko and Jesus won a bunch of trophies with Manchester City, and having moved to the Emirates, they had no intention of lowering their own ambitions bar. I started to speak in the dressing room like, guys, forget the top 3 or whatever, we need to think about the title. Some of them were laughing, but now no one is laughing. Zinchenko seems to have confirmed this theory after the victory over Manchester United. In general, the role of the Ukrainian in this Arsenal turns out to be much bigger than everyone could have imagined before. It was believed that Gabi Jesus' transfer was more important in terms of achieving results, but as we can see, without the injured Jesus, the Gunners continue to win, and Alexander is one of the key elements in this team. It was already clear that Zinchenko brought leadership to the team and thus helps captain Odegaard a lot. Surely it's always better when you have more such mentally strong people in the team. This is how, for example, Alexander supported Leandro Trossard when he made his debut for Arsenal after his Brighton move. Actually, this is not the only showy example. Zinchenko adds top-level performances against the strongest opponents to his leadership qualities. Arsenal played their last 2 games against Tottenham and Manchester United and won both. As for Alexander, he made the most touches, made the most passes, won the most duels, and won the most air duels in his team. In addition, he has a 100% dribble success rate in these matches. At the same time, he himself wasn't dribbled past. The success of this Arsenal is due to Mikel Arteta, who put the puzzle together and confidently leads this orchestra. The manager had a clear vision and gradually built the team according to his philosophy. In return, the club's management should be praised for the patience, and even after this horrible run, they did not sack the coach. They believed in the process and are now beginning to enjoy the benefits, something some other clubs should learn from. I had a really clear plan, 5 different phases for the club, where we are compared to the rest of the teams, the timeline and everything we have to hit in every phase. Mikel Arteta told Jamie Carragher about his club development vision at the time when he was the head of Arsenal. To Jamie's question, "Are you ahead or behind?" Arteta answered with a wide smile on his face, "We are ahead." And this is another confirmation that systematic and balanced work bears fruit. You should not be surprised by Arsenal's successes and consider it a coincidence. The Gunners are exactly where they deserve to be. Now let's dive a little into the tactical aspects of Arsenal's game to understand exactly how the team scalps one opponent after another. Let's look at the example of the last match against Manchester United. It was in this game where the Gunners had a powerful opponent in good conditions. Also, this match is the most recent one, so it reflects the team's playing form as best as possible. Arteta fielded the closest to the ultimate lineup for this match. Only the injured Gabi Jesus couldn't play, but Eddie Nketiah replaced him quite successfully. In this game, Arsenal has always tried to build the game through pressing and short plays. Interestingly, Manchester United tried to do the same, but the Gunners performed it better. 38% of play action took place in the Red Devils' third, compared to 23% near the Ramsdale's goal. The first thing worth noting is how Arsenal coped with Man United's pressing. Ten Hag's team was able to press well, focusing their efforts on the ball area. It worked very well in the game, as well as in some other games this season. The downside of this approach is that one of the opponent's fullbacks always remained free. Arsenal did their homework great. The Gunners quickly and effectively delivered the ball to the fullbacks during United's pressing, essentially leveling it. This applies to both Zinchenko on the left and White on the right. Arsenal's pressing model was more complex, but also more perfect, and they performed it at a very high level. Saka joined Nketiah as a second forward, and the two of them pressed the ball area, while the right back, White, was moving to Saka's position. In this case, White and Martinelli marked Manchester United's fullbacks and blocked these passing options. In possession, Arsenal regularly took advantage of the pass of United's wingers. This is especially true regarding Antony, who did not want to run after Zinchenko. Alexander constantly received the ball in the opposite half and had huge free zones in front of him. These led to Arsenal's frequent penetration into the opponent's penalty area, which led to good chances. On the other hand, Arsenal wingers did not allow themselves to be lazy and made amazing defensive work. As a result, it was complicated for Manchester United to create any chances in positional play. Despite the fact that Arsenal had the advantage, the first 60 minutes of the game can be called relatively even. But when Lisandro Martinez scored his team's second goal, which was an equalizer to make it 2-2, the Gunners went for the win and in the last 30 minutes put huge pressure on the opponent. That led to total domination on the pitch. Arsenal played extremely risky. Just look at this episode and the positions of left-back Zinchenko, right-back Tomiyasu, and centre-back Saliba in the attacking phase. The winning goal in the final minutes was the quintessence of Arsenal's performance in this game. At first, Man United players couldn't handle the opponent's pressing. Then the Gunners constructed a brilliant attack using both flanks, which ended with the ball in the back of the net. In general, it's worth highlighting Arsenal's midfield work in this match. The inevitable Zinchenko and Captain Odegaard stood out in this regard. They made great use of Casemiro's absence in United's midfield and constantly found free areas to develop attacks. Here, by the way, is Zinchenko's heat map in this match. He became the most involved player in the game, moving the ball forward a lot through passes and progressive runs. In addition, he made it difficult for fans to remember if Antony was actually on the pitch. And of course, let's give some praise to Eddie Nketiah, who scored 2 goals, including the winner. The young forward, who Arsenal was ready to sell back in the summer, is now doing a great job replacing Gabi Jesus. Friends, write in the comments your impressions about Arsenal's game this season and whether you think Arteta's Reds will be able to win the Premier League. And of course, watch other videos from our channel that you see now on your screen.